Still fundamentally, our business is one where the network's at its heart. It has to be ubiquitous in its availability. If it's there, customers are going to use it. If they're not, it's a problem. Right? As I often say, it's like oxygen. You don't think about it, but if it's ever not present, you got a problem.
I'm Emmett Miller. Today, AT&T invests heavily in its best-in-class networks in an effort to fulfill their mission to connect people to their world everywhere they live, work, and play, and do it better than anybody else. Ubiquitous, fast, and highly secure wireless connectivity, reliable high-speed fiber and internet connections, global IP network services, and highly efficient satellite transmission are the components of a strategy to lead in connectivity. It's a strategy that's driving a massive network transformation towards software and virtualization, innovations the company believes will reinforce its leadership in connectivity well into the future. In a world that's moving from smartphones to billions of devices and sensors connected across the globe, AT&T has the assets and the people to deliver the integrated end-to-end connectivity that customers demand. It's all part of their strategy to be the premier integrated communications company in the world.
If you go back decades and decades, we've always focused on reliability needing to be central to everything we do.
John Donovan leads AT&T's technology and operations organization and is the company's chief strategy officer. Donovan has had a singular focus on driving towards a fast and reliable network.
There was a point in time last year we were getting so good at the numbers. You know, you have a drop call rate of 0.29. But I wanted to really personalize this idea. These aren't numbers. These are services that are vital. Now, the fact that we came from 1.5% as an industry down to 0.29, you can celebrate that all day long. But if that's a mission critical business call or someone's in an ambulance and they're trying to get someone, that's not a drop call. That's a life crisis we just interrupted. And so everything that we do centers around people who understand the essential nature of the service we provide. Business runs on us, vital communication runs on us, and so you need to get an A+ in connectivity.
I think there's more and more importance in making that a reliable, predictable environment.
We came to New York to speak with Mark Winther, who leads the global telecom consulting practice at IDC, a global provider of market intelligence for the telecommunications and consumer technology markets.
I think we're going to see more and more importance to quality of experience. So a company like AT&T with the scale and the resources should be able to step up and deliver that in ways that the internet companies can't, who may offer the services, but they don't have that infrastructure performance and all that plumbing that makes reliable services work.
As focus has shifted from voice to data traffic, AT&T has led a transformation to virtualize its networks using advancements in the power of software. It's an initiative the company calls Software-Defined Networking, or SDN.
We're going to have to become a software company because it's a better way to do what we do. It's more cost efficient, it's much easier to modify, it's more flexible, it's more adaptive, and the customer's ability to service themselves is better. So we've got to do that. We've got to do that economically, but we also have to do it to compete.
And competing is something the company does every day, especially in the hyper-aggressive wireless space.
Our LTE network has really been able to change the way people communicate with one another, the way they manage data. We've been able to do that with the technology we've deployed.
It's a wireless network that leads the industry because of the continuous technological advancements, innovations designed in large part by AT&T's wireless network architecture and design organization, led by its Senior Vice President, Tom Keithley. Leading in connectivity, what does that really mean?
When we lead in connectivity, we're able to deliver a world-class customer experience to the folks that subscribe to AT&T, and we do that at a world-class cost structure, and we're able to deliver things our competitors can't deliver.
With traditional rivals and new players constantly entering the market, investing in high-quality wireless spectrum may be the wild card that distinguishes a company like AT&T.
We have a great spectrum position. I would argue it's the best spectrum position of any operator in the U.S. But when you look at trying to deliver speeds in the gigabit per second range, and keep in mind we're in the megabits per second now, so we're talking about really 100x improvement on some of the average speeds today. We've got to have big channels to do that. And there's a lot of new spectrum that we'll consider. It's very high frequency, but there are large bandwidths of it that can help us deliver that data that I mentioned earlier.
AT&T's leadership in connectivity goes far beyond the wireless space. In a world of connected sensors, streaming HD video, and massive file transfers, high-speed internet has become a necessity.
Now you get to see the fiber.
Isn't that crazy?
Fiber optics has changed the game for high-speed internet connectivity. In 2013, AT&T began deploying its UVerse Gigapower service to homes and businesses, delivering speeds of up to 1 gigabit per second and award-winning TV services, all over a 100% fiber network. You're going to Gigapower, fiber optic network. What are you expecting from it?
It's going to be dramatically faster than what I'm seeing right now.
Good afternoon. All right.
We came to a Dallas suburb to talk to Kyle Murray on the day he was upgrading his service to Gigapower.
So with normal broadband, how long does it take to, for instance, download a movie?
20 minutes, 30 minutes on the current speeds that I have.
You have to set it, go do something else, go do the laundry.
Yeah, it's something I set and walk away for a bit.
And then now with Gigapower,
1,000 megabit per second.
and that's just lightning fast.
Movie downloads in just a couple of seconds.
AT&T premise technician William Jordan has been installing Gigapower for the last 2 years. It's a service he says is becoming a necessity in today's connected homes.
I take this house, all the home automation he has, all the phones, all the tablets, their computers, their security cameras, just the increase in bandwidth for him alone is going to be super satisfied.
What's that like getting up every morning and knowing you're on the forefront of a new age of technology?
It's exciting, when you're installing it. There's nothing out there that's going to beat that. You're delivering the best, network available.
It's a network that's powering AT&T services like Digital Life home automation, broadband, and video. It's a service offering unlike any competitors.
All the stars have aligned at the right time.
Eric Boyer is the Senior Vice President of AT&T's wireless and wired product marketing. In his previous position with the company, his focus was on providing connectivity to multi-dwelling units, or MDUs, such as apartments, condominiums, and student housing.
There's a survey every year of the top amenities. And, this year, high-speed internet access was number one. At 94% of those surveyed picked it as their top amenity. It tied with parking. So it's that important to them.
Who are your competitors in this field? Who else can do it like this?
Nobody can do it like we can. We're going to bring fiber into every single unit. We're going to provide a whole range of TV options up to and including over-the-top delivered services. We've got a compelling wireless offer that is increasingly integrated with our video platform so that not only are you able to experience great data and great video while you're in your apartment, but you can take it on the go. And we have the best service experience because we've got 5,000 retail locations, one of which has to be very close to the apartment or condominium that you live in, and nobody can touch that value proposition.
And I think you said it yourself, future-proofing.
Yeah, absolutely. Fiber optic cable has literally limitless capacity to it as we look to the future. And so if we can cost effectively get that fiber in there, we think it has a lot of runway.
And getting fiber into those units is the job of Veronica Bloodworth's team. As Senior Vice President of Construction and Engineering for AT&T, Bloodworth oversees a massive workforce that's on the front line of connectivity.
We spend about 75% of AT&T's capital annually. We're probably one of the world's largest construction firms within AT&T.
We're talking boots on the ground.
Whatever it takes to get people the connectivity they need so they don't have to worry about it. They can connect anywhere they live, work, or play. That's our goal.
It's a goal that requires the build-out of both the wireless and wireline networks.
We have over 1 million fiber route miles in our network today, and our job is to get as much fiber as we can out there tomorrow. You know, whether it's the gigapower on the consumer side or it's AT&T business fiber. I think last year we reached over 1 million business locations. They love fiber. We're going to keep getting it out there. So that's our priority.
What about wireless?
It's all about capacity in the wireless space. Honestly, data traffic's grown over 150,000% since 2007. That's driven by video, virtual reality, Internet of Things, and usage per device is going to continue to grow. So our job is to make sure we stay ahead of that demand.
So even as you build this out, though, you got to maintain it on the back end.
Absolutely. You know, if there's any sort of outage condition or service affecting condition, we're out there all hours of the day making sure we get that service up and running as quickly as possible and make sure it's performing optimally for our customers. But I got to tell you, it goes beyond just that. You know, if there's a disaster that strikes, we're first responders. So if you want to see the true heart and soul of an AT&T operations person, go see them out there working their tails off tirelessly under horrendous conditions just to get that service up, because they know how important it is that you can call your friends, your family, let them know you're okay, dial 911 if you need to. It's amazing sight. I got to tell you, I couldn't be prouder of the team when disaster strikes, how they come together to make, to get the service back up for folks.
So what would you say it is about your group and what you do that helps AT&T become the leader in connectivity?
You know, the only way to be the premier integrated communications company is that you have a network people can connect to seamlessly and not worry about where they are, that they just automatically connect to their world. And that doesn't happen without the network. That is what makes all that happen. And that's what we're here to do, deliver that network, on time, on scope, on budget. And that's what we're going to do. With style points, I might add.
If construction and deployment is the front line of connectivity, then AT&T's Global Network Operations Center, or GNOC, is its rear guard. Do you link these sometimes with world events? Can you literally see what's going on CNN and then watch spikes and this stuff happen?
Oh, absolutely. Usually we'll see it first, and then the news will pick up on it.
Bill O'Hearn is AT&T's Chief Security Officer.
The GNOC, as you see behind us, monitors all of our global networks. They're looking for anomalies, they're monitoring traffic, and looking for any incidents. And security falls right in line with that. And we have the network instrumented to look for those attacks, try to predict those attacks, and put protections in place so that we can maintain service continuity for our customers.
Because we're talking mobile data traffic and wireline traffic here, huh?
Yeah, it's really a big global network, probably the largest in the world, most sophisticated, and it's under transition, as you know, right? We're moving to a software-defined network base, so that changes the tools and how we monitor the network as well.
Seeing the changes, watching the growth.
Right.
What are some of the things that worry you about the future?
I think the future is less about worry and it's more about excitement, because when the internet grew up, security was an afterthought, right? We were always trying to catch up to where networking had already gone. So now we're in a position where we're completely redefining our network with software-defined networking. So security is now a mature process, and we're embedded in the architecture and the fundamentals of what we're delivering.
Software-defined networking is revolutionizing all parts of AT&T's business.
It's all about virtualizing our network.
Melissa Arnaldi is AT&T's Senior Vice President of Technology Solutions and Business Systems Strategy. Her team helped develop the first of its kind SDN solution in the U.S. called Network on Demand. Network on Demand allows business customers to easily add or change services, scale bandwidth to meet their changing needs, and manage their network all in near real time through an online self-service portal.
It's really about being on demand and being seamless and flexible, such that we can offer them capabilities where they can have changes really in their hands through one single pane of glass. They want seamless connectivity, and that change has just been huge.
And nowhere is the game changing faster than in the delivery of entertainment.
The world runs on software, okay? And you can't run a business today if you don't master software.
Enrique Rodriguez is the Chief Technical Officer for the AT&T Entertainment Group. Rodriguez leads a team tasked with integrating UVerse and DirecTV services using the software-driven model embraced by the company as a whole.
We are in the process of defining the next generation entertainment platform that deals with both the experiences we bring in mobile devices as well as the experiences we bring in the home. And if we do our job right, will be able to really harness the power of innovation that is going on the web and bring that to entertainment. Nobody's been able to quite get it right. I think that the time is right for us to go off and do it. We certainly have the assets to go off and do it.
So that represents the next level. That's the next generation, being able to get rid of some of the hardware and attack it all from a software defined.
Exactly.
In order to deliver that type of content to mobile devices, AT&T is developing the next generation wireless network.
5G is really the first technology that was built from the ground up to be software defined and handle the two explosions we're dealing with, video and the Internet of Things. And so I'm excited about it because it's really the first time where the future requirements of the business are going to be. The technology contemplates and is out in front of it. And so I think that we're starting to get the idea as an entire organization that we're going to be able to look back and say, I was there when, because it's moving so quickly and it's such an exciting time.
Up next on AT&T Strategy Series.
My college son was home for the holiday, and he's sitting there and he's kind of watching the basketball game on the screen that's hanging on the wall.
But they're watching it on their own personal device.
It's annoying me a little bit, right? I find it distracting at times, but it's just part of his normal pattern and behavior.
Part 4, Lead in Integrated Solutions, coming soon.